So in number 17, again, we are going back to the idea that A and B are parallel, cut by a transversal, which means we've got special angle relationships here. Number 4 and 5, angles 4 and 5, are going to be alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent if those lines are parallel, which means their measures are the same. So to solve this, we're going to take that negative x plus 60, and we're going to set it equal to x squared plus x minus 20. And so now we're going to go ahead and clean this up. To do that, we're going to make everything go to the right, so I need this to equal 0. So I'm going to add x to both sides. That's x squared. If I add x to both sides, x plus x is 2x. And I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides. 60 here will cancel. Negative 20 minus 60 is negative 80. And now all of that equals 0. Now you have a couple options here. You can use the quadratic formula, you can factor, you can solve by completing the square. I'm going to use the quadratic formula. That's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. All of that's going to be over 2a. Now in this case, a is the number in front of x squared, which is 1. B is the number in front of the x term, which is 2. And c is the number that is at the end, the constant, so that's negative 80. Let's plug it in. So I have negative 2, so negative b, plus or minus the square root of, we're going to put in here 2 squared minus 4 times that 1 times the negative 80. All of that over 2 times that a. Now what I can do is I can take this entire discriminant and put it in my calculator. To do that, I'm going to do 2 squared minus 4 times the 1 times the negative 80. And when I do that, I'm going to get negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 324. All of that over 2 times 1 is 2. The next thing I can do is take the square root of 324, which is going to be negative 2 plus or minus 18 over 2. So now we're ready to kind of find out what those numbers are going to be. The first one is going to be like negative 2 plus 18 divided by 2. Negative 2 plus 18 is 16 divided by 2, which is 8. The next one would be like negative 2 minus 18 divided by 2, which is negative 20 on the top divided by 2, which is negative 10. So we're supposed to find the measure of angle 6. When we do that, that means that we have two different values that could potentially work here. So let's back up and find 6. We've got 4. We need to find 6. Those are same side. So let's start with 4. If we go back to measure of angle 4, that was equal to negative x, so let's do that, negative 8 plus 60. When you do that, that's going to make this angle 52 degrees. So in this case, the measure of angle 6 would be 180 minus the 52 degrees. So when I have that, 180 minus 52 is going to be 128. Clearly the picture is not drawn to scale because that's not an obtuse angle. The next one, here we have the measure of angle 4, could have been the negative x, so there's that negative x, so negative this negative 10 plus 60, which is negative 10 is positive 10 plus 60 is 70. So now to find the measure of angle 6, we can now do 180 minus 70, which gives us 110 degrees. So there are two potential answers for this question.